Alright guys, it's time to talk about Pendle on the channel for the first time in quite some time. I think it's been about 5 months or so. Yeah, you can see here June 17th of this year, this summer, was actually the last video that we did on Pendle. It was actually the first one too. So it is much lower. Now the title of that video was, the one that got away. That was part of the title. So now it's at a much lower price. Actually, it was about $4 when we made that video. Now sitting at $2.50, so it is probably your chance if you do like Pendle, because you can see Pendle always comes down here to this zone, and it's very important that Pendle gets a bounce in this zone. So right now it looks like it is getting that bounce. That's actually a good thing, but the next thing it needs to do is break this trend line. You can see this trend line goes back to about October the 12th. It's hit it several times along the way. And will this be another hit before a rejection? We have to see, but in my opinion, it's probably not going to reject here. However, if anything makes it reject, you can see this volume profile here. We are coming up to a speed bump, as I like to call it. And right here, about $2.50 up to, let's say, about $3.71, 72 cents. You have this speed bump. So the point of control sits over here at $3.26 as well. So we are well below that at the moment. Let's just say about 75, 76 cents below that. But it's not impossible to get above that, of course. It's just going to take a little bit of a push. Now, if we're going to consider the Bollinger Bands here, basically they're not helping on a weekly time frame. They've been very wide. Pretty much the whole life of Pendle here. Let's go to the daily time frame. Now, the daily time frame, it is quite narrow, but I would say it's like an intestine, guys. It's not really pinching where you have something like here where it kind of pinched. Also here was a little bit of a pinch. Maybe also here was a pinch. You can say here is just some narrowness. But basically it's just going parallel and it's moving down. But let's see, these lines can always come in and pinch on each other and help the price action. Now looking at the RSI and stochastic here, you can see that the stochastic is actually very low, oversold. It has just crossed to the upside here on the weekly time frame, and the RSI is very low as well, still in neutral territory. It wasn't oversold actually in its entire weekly life here, as you see. But yeah, it actually is at one of the lowest points it's ever been. Now the daily time frame, it is getting a little bit overheated here on stochastic. Now the RSI has a lot of room to run here, sitting just below the 50% mark. Yeah, but it is kind of a mixed signal. I do expect that this would roll over maybe in the next day or so. Now, 4-hour time frame, also overheated on both the RSI and stochastic. Looks like the blue line is wanting to cross this red line to the downside. You can see over here is 99 on both. So yeah, it's definitely going to turn around here. The 1-hour time frame is already coming down on stochastic pretty heavily. Now the RSI is slightly turned up here, just in the neutral territory, but it's flirting with being overbought. And yeah, so I would say this is a mixed signal basically. And the 15-minute time frame also a little bit similar to the 1 hour. So lower term time frames, let's just get rid of this, guys, and look at this on a 4-hour time frame. I don't really expect to break this trend line. But maybe if some of these indicators will reset, like the 15-minute and the 1 hour very shortly, we could get a little bit of a squeeze here and a push. Yeah, I mean, we are coming into a point where it's got to make a decision, basically. It either has to break down below this support here, but keep in mind this is a weekly support, and we're looking at this on a 4-hour time frame. But still, the longer the term, the candle above this point, the better. And yeah, we just have to kind of wait and see. We're kind of at a psychological point of 250. But more psychological is like $3 or $2 or $4. But yeah, it has to make a decision right here, guys. Now, as usual, we do look at the MACD as well here, and we can see that we do have a light red candle here. It looks like the blue line is just about to start turning to the upside as well. It's starting to tick around. Looks like something over here. So yeah, I do anticipate that this will make its upward movement in the next week or so. But of course, you're going to see maybe 4 candles like this at least. As you see, there's like, what, 7, 8 candles over here maybe. So yeah, it's going to take time, but it does look like the momentum is about to shift on a weekly time frame to the upside. Now, daily time frame, it's already started shifting, although it's kind of just been, you know, flirting with this red line a little bit. But right now, it has gotten that push off the red line as of about 3 days ago, let's say. And it does look like it's going to move pretty heavily to the upside. So momentum on the MACD here, weekly, daily time frames, looks good to me. Weekly is just about to start turning around, but the daily has already done that. Now, Pendle is one of the more active projects, as you see here. It's kind of like Sui, which I did a video on last night. Almost every day it has, you know, news here. So do go back and take a look here. There is a lot of news about Pendle. So if we go to the tokenomics here, it's the number 175 project, so that's pretty good. Max supply is very low, guys. Very low. This is one reason why I love Pendle. I'm really, really, really tempted to get some Pendle. Maybe I will switch out some other crypto and try to get some Pendle myself. But anyways, the circulating supply is a little bit more than half of this, so they can dilute. But guys, this is such a low max supply. When you just look at other coins and tokens, you know, there's not many down here at this level. Now, the all-time high for Pendle was about $7.50. It's only sitting about 66.5% down. Now, Sui last night was 71% down. This is only 66.5% down. That's even better. Now, if you bought it at the all-time low, you're probably still a billionaire, just because you're still 7,300% up. Now, from the video last night, we have started to work our way down to this trend line. We need to see if this trend line will hold us up. It's held us up for about 4 days here, and we are getting several red candles, 4-hour candles, keep in mind, in a row. Now, I do have some news about this CME gap. There was one influencer I watched last night, Tyler S. Crypto. He said that this gap was filled. Guys, this gap is not filled. It's about a $600 gap. It did get partially filled yesterday. I think about maybe $700 or $800 from the point that I saw it got filled. And there's still a $600 gap though. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. Also, you can find Moodix here. You can get a free 7-day trial. And if you're looking for a cold wallet, and especially one that's about to start paying you, CypherRock X1 actually is going to start airdropping soon. Now, this was several weeks ago that I was told they're going to start airdropping within this wallet. I don't know if it has started yet, but I know it was supposed to start soon. So you can get 17% off your order today if you use this link. And if you want, you can follow me on X here. Now, jumping over to Ethereum, I forgot to look at it in the Sui video last night, but it is holding on by a thread to 29.11 here. Now, keep in mind, again, this is the 4-hour time frame we're looking at this on, but it too does have a trend line, just like Bitcoin, we can say, that extends back to Friday the 21st, and it has actually bounced off it, I think, a little bit more than Bitcoin. So let's see if it can at least hold, you know, this 2,900 support and start to work its way back up. Now, don't freak out if it does come back to the trend line. That can be anywhere about, let's say, 28.40 or 50 or so right now. But yeah, before it gets another bounce. Now, the Bitcoin monthly returns for November, usually they're pretty good for November. It's actually usually the best month for Bitcoin. But this would not be the worst month still that we've ever had at almost 20% here. You can see 2018 was much worse. Hopefully we can keep working our way back up, and we'll see. Maybe we can turn this into a green month. Now, as for the total market cap, we have sunk under the 3 trillion mark. Last night we were just slightly above that, but we do have a couple of resistances coming up, and we do have this long-term trend line that goes way back, guys. Also, this trend line since beginning of October is extending downwards as well. So this area is going to be a lot of fight, I would say, for the total market cap. Now, if we go to the market cap excluding Bitcoin, it is actually looking a little bit better, coming up to resistance right here at 1.25 trillion. Also, this trend line is extending down here. Now, this yellow line here is not anything. It's just showing you that we are still making higher lows here along the way. So, the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, isn't really looking too bad, honestly. Now, as for the Bitcoin dominance, it is still working its way down, guys. We do have a small green candle today, but we do need to kind of follow this arrow down. If we can break this red line here, basically this head and shoulders will be complete. So you can see here we do have the shoulder, we have the head, another shoulder here. The target would take us down almost to the point where Bitcoin usually reaches every cycle, and that's anywhere between about 39.5% up to about 48%. So here is where your altcoins are going to go crazy. That's when you're probably going to want to sell your altcoins. But yeah, we do need to break this neckline. Now, this is just an approximate neckline, but anywhere around this area, and definitely if we break this 56.77% to the downside, yeah, we're going to probably see a very nice altcoin season. Now, looking at the USDT dominance, it is getting a little bit of a green candle today, which is not good because people are taking their money out of crypto and putting it into USDT. But if we look at this on a monthly time frame, which is better for us, basically we still have 5 days and 17 hours. We need to get below about 6%. If we can do that, everything is all fine and dandy, really. Now, it's not altcoin season, but we have gone from a 37 to a 39 since last night's video. If you look at the liquidation heat map here, we have $338 million that have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So getting a little bit more elevated than last night. I think we were in the 200 somethings. I can't remember exactly though, but I think it is just slightly elevated. Now, if we go to the fear and greed, we're at a 20, so we have gone up just 1 point here, but we're still in extreme fear. Next update in about 16 hours. Now, the bull market peak indicators, the sell at the top indicators, still 0 from 30 have been hit. The progress is slowly trending up here. I remember a 41 maybe a few days ago, guys, so we are starting to trend up, but we're still at 100% hold. Pi cycle top indicator is at a 42.97%. So if we go to that, this is what 42.97% looks like. Now, today on the economic calendar, we have a lot going on, actually today and tomorrow, because Thursday you have Thanksgiving in America, and Friday also is, I think, a half day or something like this. So all this economic data is pretty much going to come out today and tomorrow. But today we have PPI, we got retail sales, retail control, HPI, industrial production, consumer confidence. So a lot going on today. I do think we're in for a very volatile day. But let's see, maybe some of these numbers will be good, and that will bring us, even better results in Bitcoin and crypto, across the crypto market, really. Now, the MEXC S&P dashboard here, the sentiment is still risk off, but this is fading, guys. So this is a light red. It's not a dark red anymore. Yesterday was actually a very positive day. So we're looking forward to retail sales. We're looking for PPI and retail sales control. Basically, it's probably going to measure this later today in about 6 hours and 45 minutes. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. That's going to be probably the most pivotal numbers that we're going to see today. FedWatch Tools is even higher than last night, so almost an 81% chance that we're going to get a cut. Now, Polymarket actually had 81% last night, but is now 83% for that quarter point cut. If we go to Trueflation, it's still sitting at 2.38% basically, so nothing has really changed there. And if we go to Crypto Bubbles, looking pretty good on the day. Now the hour is down, unfortunately, but let's just put this back on the day. It looks a lot better. I'm not sure what rain is, but Cast, look at that, 24% up. Sui doing still pretty good today. Anyways, if you want to stake your Pendle, guys, go to CoinOndo. There is actually 9 results. Now, it might not be all the results. For example, they don't have BitGet here, but of course, you know my story with BitGet, but that's the case with probably a lot of platforms here. They don't have every platform. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, and check out some of those links that I have below, guys, for those exchanges and that crypto wallet, like I said, guys, and also MEXC. And like I said before as well, you can follow me on X. I do have an X, and anyways, I really appreciate all the members of the channel and anyone that sent me a super thanks recently. I truly appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys in the next video.